So cool, I see. You said it's the second coming of Christ. Yeah, it's true. Tell us something about the first coming of Christ. Well, the second coming of Christ, we was first born of the Holy Spirit in July of 1976 in the city of Bethlehem still. Just like the Bible said, Christ was born in Bethlehem. Well, that was us in July 1976. Now, before that, it was about a decade earlier, in the 1960s, we first floated down pretty much in the same place. We floated down into his arms uh, after we answered a call from heaven. Just as the Bible say, only he from above can return back to above. And we had already done that when they had sent us back up in the name of love a few years before that. So in the 1960s, when we floated down his arms, we ended up jumping on a train, him and we went out to California. They said there was a war going on in the name of the Lord, and there was some angels or something. There's some kind of angelic war going on of some sort. They called it a civil war. It was near Echo Park. Some of it was happening over there near Echo Park in Silver Lake, near downtown Los Angeles. And so we went out there. It was around the early 1960s, and well, I ended up getting put into custody of the care of Jewish people. We went to court one time, him and he signed his paper and put his name there, and then I was named Christ as a child, even though I was calling on the name of the Lord, Yahweh. I was named Christ in the early 60s, and I was put into custody and the care of Jewish people near Echo Park. It's around the early 1960s. And, well, I kind of grew up over there. You know, I didn't have no mom or dad. I just come from heaven, and I grew up over there for a few years, and we started singing in this children's choir. And there was one of the guys over there running it. They called him King Pleasure. He sang this song, Moody's Mood for Love. And we had a children's choir over there. And, well, I didn't really have no family, so even though I look like a black kid or something, you know what I'm saying, all the other people look white or something. So I didn't know the difference with racism and stuff like that because I had just come from heaven and I was spirit before that. So anyway, long story short, they started picking on me because they kept calling me Christ, and I kept telling them that was not really my name in heaven. And I kept telling them Yahweh, and I kept telling them another name. You've heard it was said, the first name in the Bible, for God. And I kept telling them this. And anyway, long story short, I started putting myself in a coma. They started mistreating me. We were singing these songs about ducks and farms and children, happy children songs. And they joined the music industry. And basically, I got my feelings hurt because nobody wanted to be my friend. And so a strange thing happened. I started putting myself in a coma. I was living off of Glendale, and they call it Bellevue, but it's called Bellyview, right across the street from Echo Park. And so I put myself in the self-induced comas because I was, my feelings were hurt. And so anyway, I came out of the coma around 1967, maybe 1968. And so I went back to start singing with the children again. By that time, I guess I was about 6 or 7 years old, perhaps, maybe 8, 6 or 7. And so I went and I didn't have no birthday, so I really didn't know what time was, or dates or calendars. And so I went back over there. It was right off of the 101 freeway, off the Glendale Echo Park exit over there, and there was a children's playhouse across the street from Echo Park on Bellyview in Glendale, and we used to sing in the barn. So I went back over there, and long story short, there was a child over there that was also singing with us, and one time this child followed me in the bathroom at Echo Park, and I was still going through my emotional, instability, and so I was using the bathroom, and I was taking a leak, and I was saying, dang, I can't do it. They called it, they said I was supposed to have a happy penis. I was trying to figure out the word happiness, and I thought it was saying happy penis. I thought that when you take a leak, you're supposed to feel happy or something, I was just a young child. I didn't know. So this child comes in. He's a little older than me, and he asked me, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm trying to have happy penis." He said, "I know how to help you with that. Are you sure?" That's what the child said, and the child said, "Sure." And he said, "All you have to do is call on the name of your God. No, call on the name of the Lord." So I called on the name of the Lord, Yahweh. And then this child, a Caucasian child, this child got on its knees in the bathroom. And I'm saying, like, "What are you doing?" And it says every time one of the black guys call on the name of the Lord, Yahweh, that white child said it always gets on its knees and pretends like it's a dog. I said, "Yeah." And so it reached as if it was trying to unzip my pants. And I got very, very, very upset with this child. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm trying to show you how to have a happy penis. I don't know what you're talking about." He said, "You're supposed to take the thing out and let the guy suck it." Man, I almost slapped this motherfucking child. So they had a trial by jury out there because they tried to accuse me of being violent at Echo Park. It was around 1968. There was a trial by jury. And some Jewish people came over there, asked me and the other child what happened, and we told them what happened. And the child ended up being guilty of something like called sexual harassment or something like that. That child's name was Donald Trump. He said every time he got on his knees, when someone called on the name of the Lord, a black guy called on the name of the Lord, Yahweh, that's when that child, Donald Trump, in around 1968 said he got a movie part or some kind of TV part on TV. That's how it got on TV. Anyway, there was a trial by jury. It's 1968. They killed that child. That child was crucified for believing in Jesus Christ. And now they say that person is on TV as their president. That child died so many times, man. So that's my story, but I want to sing a song. It's a song I was working on back then. I never got a chance to do it. That's why it's called The First Coming of Christ. It ended shortly after that. But the Second Coming of Christ started later. Be fair. Be fair. Just be fair. Let's be fair. Should we not be fair? Why can't we be fair? Should we not be fair? Love is fair. Love truly is fair. Be fair. Just be fair. Let's be fair. We should just be fair. Why can't we be fair? Should we not be fair? Love truly is fair. Just be fair. Let's be fair. We should just be fair. Why can't we be fair? Should we not be fair? Love just be fair? Why can't we be fair? Should we not be fair? Love truly is be fair, just be fair. Let's be fair. We should just be fair. Why can't we be fair? Should we not be fair? Love truly is fair. Yeah, we should be fair instead of homosexual faggots. They're called Rastafaris. No, excuse me, Rastafaris. No, excuse me, fairies. Fairies, yeah, Staten Island, Statue of Liberty. Yeah, in the United States of America, we should just be fair. Shouldn't we be fair? Let me see. We hold these truths to be self-evident. With liberty and justice for all. Yeah, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth. Don't leave nothing out. And nothing but the truth. Don't add nothing to. So help you God. Yeah, that's what the Supreme Court justices also took their oath. Yeah, and to the flag, one nation under God, indivisible, and in God we trust, and all this other stuff, you know. This,